out myself. I'll have to go through and get everybody's like
All
an
right.
idea. So
Yeah, that's just really cute, and I like the art, so.
Here we go. When we last left off, you all made your way to Shipwreck Isle, as you had all been cursed with a magical bind on you all. You were able to discover that this bind is an enhanced version of the spell Power Word Kill. Power Word Kill is a spell that essentially means that if you are if you are anywhere under 100 hit points at any time, you instantly die. The effect added to this spell, that from the rings that you picked up, would drag your souls into the abyss where something bad is awaiting you. You have no idea what that bad thing is. You just know it's not going to be good for you. You have approximately at this point around 5 weeks to figure out what to do. You made your way to Shipwreck Isle, where you had a run-in with Satovark's father. Here, you met with him, and Satovark's father, the son did not seem pleased to see his father, welcomed him in and essentially got a tome for you to research what Abyss Wardens are. That is the creature that you are currently having to deal with. You made your way into a cave system where some of you fell off of cave tops. Some of you smacked your asses into your companions as you fell off of cave tops, and another of you took the boat that was there in order to boat your way over into the system.
Let's not forget that I almost drowned.
Let's not forget that you almost drowned. It was thanks to a werebear that saved your life.
Yeah, you saw me
Yep.
swimming and we're like, that
Yeah.
looks easy, let's try it.
And
Without
I
having to
just,
sweat.
what could I say? I was never taught how to swim. Okay?
You just turned into a Murloc from World of Warcraft. Now, you made your way into the cave system, where a bunch of these quasi-arcanic stone-like crabs attacked you and fucked up some of you pretty bad. At this point, Satovark's dad pulled out a 40-pound thing of dynamite, tossed it into the air, shot it, blew up most of the cave, and killed about 40 of these stone weird crab things. Kale ripped open one of its stone armors and started to eat it before your eyes. Jim was hacking and slashing. Florence was tossing an endless bounty of mulled wine at these creatures.
Time to say
Trevor
Pirate Daddy,
ripped
yes.
one in half. Gisman shot a flurry of arrows at them. And then Satorvik, in the midst of hacking away these creatures, saw only his father running deep into the cave. And as Aethlin finished off one with her flame blades, you all rushed down where we end off here. You are all in front of a mind flare that has wrapped its tentacles around Satorvik's father. I will quickly read you what happens right now. Your father is incapacitated. In the event that your father is knocked to 0 hit points in a tentacle attack, your father's brain is immediately extracted, eaten, and your father is permanently dead. The spell Revivify that would be used to revive your father cannot be cast in the event that a vital part, such as a heart, such as lungs, such as other sorts of vital organs, are removed.
You know?
Yep. So, your father was also very badly hurt by by the rock crabs that had faced you before. Here is where we leave off.
Session below
with
half HP. Good
the
best of
Mind
fucking
Flayer
luck, my guy.
opening its arms and summoning a small army to fight you all. Its head still wrapped around Satorvik's father, with a beak gently pressing against your father's skull. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, shall we?
Well, someone's upset his father is
About
about
to say,
die.
yeah, I just rolled a. I think I just rolled a. No, I rolled a 19
All right.
with a +7.
All right, I'm going to quickly roll 2 rolls. The first one are going to be for all the monsters, that we don't have like 30 initiatives. I'm also going to roll the Mind Flayer. +6. Mind Flayer got 16. All right. Then
It's more than
the
all the-
creatures,
it's more than all but
they have
more
the
than
base
all
of
but
3.
Dennis.
They got a 19.
More than all but Dennis. Fuck.
All right, let me put in. Give me 1 second to get all of this in. And then we have Aethwin. And then we have James. Okay. We begin. Starting off is going to be Satorvik.
Life
What
is
do you
fun.
do?
Could be better.
Well, first, I am not in a place to use my weapons, so I need to move someplace. Of course.
Okay, where do you want to move?
I'm gonna go ahead and probably move right over here.
All right, so that's 10 squares.
And are both of these able to be attacked by me? Both of them? Or just one?
Does your weapon have reach?
My current weapon?
I think it's a short sword, so probably not.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I do not believe so.
It's a
You
short
can
sword.
attack one of these creatures.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack this one twice.
All right, go ahead and roll for me. Do you re-enter your rage?
You said I hadn't left my rage because it was...
That's right. All right, so the 12 is going to miss, the 21 is going to hit. You all see Sadovark run over, swing up his short sword, and chop off a chunk of this creature's arm as the creature bellows out in pain and in a frenzy. Is that the end of your turn?
Hey, Gamer, what's up, Pi? You fucking cutie. How you doing?
I'm gonna save the intimidates for now because I don't want to fucking embarrass myself. Now's not
All
the
right.
time.
Next up
Now's
is
not the
going to be the minions.
Puggers.
All right, this creature is going to go ahead. One sec.
Was there a D in the middle of the screen? What do you mean? Talking about this? Or... I don't know what you're talking about. The ledge? I don't know.
Okay.
That's just the room, homie.
I'm gonna click the rage so like we know that it says
What it
that
does.
my
You take damage.
half damage, but my armor class is down by 2 during it, so I'd have an AC of 16, not 18.
This creature moves behind you, so they both get opportunity. So they both get advantage. First one is going to be a natural 20 and a 19 versus your armor class.
I hope my
Both
Hey,
of
my
those
cowboy.
won't be a distraction to
You
Thank you for the
take
phone lunch track, and I appreciate it.
I
Sorry if
need
I'm
my
not-
cowboy.
15,
Sorry if I'm not
so
talking so much,
halved
like
to
kind of focusing on this, but
7,
I'll try to reach out when I can.
as one of the creatures runs behind you and plunges a dagger below your knee, and the other one uses its claws to scratch across your face, leaving several marks.
Well, nobody said this was gonna be a bloodless fight.
True.
This one is going to move up to here, and this one's going to move up to here. This one is going to, let's see, does it have that charged? I believe it does.
That's a terrifying statement. Does it have its
It
armor?
does, and the Mind Flayer does have that ready to use. Good. Oh. Does it need to move a little bit closer, or are you all in range? It's gonna move right here. All right. All right. Everyone except for Florence, go ahead and give me a looks like a Constitution reflex saving throw, please.
Ain't I in stealth though? Like,
Okay.
Don't feel
Okay.
bad.
I have no idea.
Oh, I got a
what
nat one.
reflex is.
Ooh, yikes.
It's under touch, your touch AC. It's on the first page.
Okay. All right. Sorry,
Solid.
you didn't have to roll, but good roll.
Uh,
Kale and Jin, y'all are gonna take full.
Shit.
And Jismin, you're going to take half. 3d8 plus 3 fire damage. That is 18 to Aifwin and Jismin, as well 9 to Jismin.
You mean James and Afwin?
James,
You
James
said
and
Jiz.
Aifwin, yes.
Yes, you said Jismin and
you
Afwin.
take full. James and Aifwin, you take full. Jismin, you take half.
I'm still confused on that. I apologize. There's no mask because when we entered here, I was like
Yeah,
not
he's
invisible to anybody.
stealth. He remember at the end of last
Oh,
session, he asked
in
if he
that
could come
case-
in.
Yeah,
Stealth.
that shouldn't have affected me in the first place.
Kiwi is still hiding behind somebody.
Because this is a this is not a targeted thing. This is just a cone.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
going to just hit you no matter what, even if he doesn't see you.
Alright, you said I took 9 damage from that.
Sheet bigger so I can see the numbers.
Right,
Sure.
So next up is going to be these ones. This one's going to move here.
That's as big as I can make it
and
without
try to
covering
hit
something on that
Trevor.
guy.
Trevor's going to take it. As this creature runs over and plunges a dagger into Trevor's chest. And then these ones are just going to hold their turn.
Trevor is quite simply build
Yeah,
different,
everyone
so
else is
Trevor
holding
will
his
be
turn.
fine.
This one on the far right holds an action. Alright, that brings us to the Mind Flayer. Alright, the Mind Flayer for its... Alright, so in order for it to do this, it is going to wrap a second tentacle around your father. If it gets a third one, it can basically immediately kill your dad. Right now, it's going to do that, and then for its other one, it is going to do... Let's see, does it have that charged? It does. Alright, it grabs onto its head and lets out some weird sound from the back of its throat. Can everyone please make me a will saving throw? Alright, that's not going to do it. Jasmine will make it. Torvik will make it. Zuri will make it. So Aiflin and James, you two are going to take the full brunt of this.
Of course.
Fuck me.
That is going to be 13 points of damage as this sudden tidal wave of rage and hate
I've already
slams
lost
into your
30
minds. It
points of-
feels like a bunch of
31
nails
points
were
of
just
health.
shoved into your head and rattled around. Then Torvik and
28.
Jisbrin and Florins, you will all only take 6 points of damage.
I think this is where we die. I'm not gonna lie.
And that is all
I'm
the
gonna
Mind
keep it
Flayer
a
is going to do
buck
right
50 with
now.
you
It has
gamers.
2 of the 3 tentacles it needs in order to do the killing blow. Next up is going to be Jisbrin. It's your turn.
Okay. So Because I'm still in stealth, I'm not gonna do something too stupid right away.
I was 50 before one turn, had 5 HP left, so shit do be hurting. Yeah, shit do be hurting.
You
So we-
do have stuff, so you are still doing stealth attacks.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think here, because he has one tentacle left before it actually kills him, right?
My understanding of this is yes. As soon as a third tentacle is around his head, as a forward action, he can attempt a grapple check, and if he succeeds, the father dies immediately.
I'm gonna have to make a risky shot here.
Throw the bear trap.
Now, let's say, from your angle, at the moment, it's kind of a hard shot. If you want to move a little bit, because he's being grappled. So if you attack right now, on a failed, you'll hit the dad. If you
Yeah.
move a little bit, you'll have a better angle.
So if I move to like, the question is,
Perfect.
do I have range? Yes, I do. So, and there's nobody over here. Thank God that guy got moved over here. So
All they
My-
see is like, why is the shadows moving a little bit? Weird.
So I'm gonna go
Huh,
ahead
must have
and use
been
my
the wind.
short bow and try to hit him. Trying to hit and disable one of the tentacles.
One of the testicles.
I mean, it would work either way, right?
Tetsuos would just be like, oh,
fuck!
You ain't having kids.
Damn it, butter.
I never will have mind flayer, baby.
All right, I'm just gonna use my.
I will never produce tentaclekin.
All right, one second.
Send a hint tag.
That is 23. That's a great hit. Hits for 8 points of damage.
And that's
No
the
one
attack.
sees Jizrin, and as you all are thinking, you just see an arrow fly over and hit the mind flayer as it lets out a pained growl. I'm gonna need you to make me an additional stealth roll to see if you are spotted. This is gonna be versus the mind flayer's perception. 22. Let's see if the mind flayer sees you.
He doesn't make it. Doesn't make it.
The mind flayer is going to get his base 2. He doesn't have a skill for it. Doesn't spot you. He looks around confused as to where that arrow came from.
Yeah, must have been
that's
the
a sneak
wind.
attack. That'd be what-
The wind.
I think it's.
Must have been the wind.
That wind is getting angry. Alright,
Just an
That-
arrow
that lava
sticking
was
out of his
actually
cranium.
insane.
Must have been the wind.
movement. That was your movement and your attack. Are you doing anything else?
Wouldn't I get 3D or 3d6 of damage?
You do roll your sneak attack.
Yep. Because that was in sneak. Because I was in stealth
That
already.
was sneak. Go ahead.
So it's 3d6, correct?
Because of your level, I believe so.
I think I did this wrong. Okay, 4/R. 3d6.
Alright, so this thing lodges through the mind flayer's head as it lets out an "Ah!" in pain, but can't seem to tell where that came from.
And then it also causes bleeding.
It does cause bleed, that's true. Now that is going to be floor. Oh,
I
Go
was just trying to think of what minor action I could do.
Wasn't
But
going
I-
back into stealth the minor action?
it is.
That is okay. So okay, then we're good.
Turtle.
Alright. Now, Florin's turn. What do you do?
So, is the
Mulled wine.
particular minion like focused on me or just on set of arc?
Right now it is attacking Sadovark.
Let's see how. 'Cause I guess I could just throw.
If Zuri
was that-
attacks that, does Zuri get advantage because it's back?
If Zuri moves behind,
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Dude, imagine if they
I'm
made an
behind it.
XCOM game, but it was like
And
D
then
and
I'm
D
gonna
esque.
attack with the mulled wine.
with mulled wine, you will get an opportunity attack because it is a range attack right behind the creature.
Okay. So.
Alright, so in that case, you miss.
Let's hope we
This
didn't
creature's
set
going to try to
fire.
attack you. Does a 20 hit your AC?
Yes.
AC's a 14, so I
Wait,
believe so.
but I thought there was advantage because Zuri was behind him.
Yeah.
There is. You can reroll again. This creature does get an opportunity attack on you. That will hit. This creature does get an opportunity attack because you are using a ranged attack in front of it, though. Alright, so that is going to be... So, you come behind this
Initiate Divinity
creature, and
Original
it's a
Sin.
little awkward.
No,
But you
XCOM.
manage to
Maybe Divinity
jump
Original. I've never
up
played
and
it.
smash this burning hot, boiling fucking inferno of mulled wine against this creature's head as it lets out a shriek and swings behind and scratches you across the stomach with its long, sharp claws for 5 points of damage.
Well, if you could play with a friend. Oh, okay.
Do you want to do a minor action?
I guess I could try and intimidate, just see what happens. Just
Let's see what happens.
nothing.
You yell at this creature, but you notice that because you smash this mulled wine to the back of the creature's head, your hand hurts. So you're like, ow, fuck, you're a piece of shit. Ow, fuck, you're a fucking asshole. Ah, fuck, you're a piece of shit. Ah. As your hand burns a little bit because you've got a little bit of the mulled
Should I play the
wine on
first
your
or second one,
hand.
Dragon?
All right, that is going to be Aethwin. What are you doing?
So question: if I do a potion, that counts as a minor thing, right?
Correct.
Cool. I am going to down one of my healing potions
Roll it.
because I am almost dead. That helps next to none, but okay.
All right, 7 points of healing.
Yup. And then,
Mhm.
question for my like AOE type of attack. It
Uh-huh.
says, it's a radius. So can I just send them directly in front of me instead of doing a cone?
Does it specifically say the word cone?
It does not.
Then I believe you can just do it as a line.
Okay, then I am going to move here.
Okay.
I messed up. Okay. And then I'm going to anything in like that path. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 7 of them are technically in that, right?
Are you using it as a line or a cone?
I mean a line, but it's a burst, so it's not going to be like one specific like little tiny line.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 7. And it's 30, so Satorvik is not in range.
So, I just posted that. Do I just do it?
Burst of Nettles. Once your action close, 35 feet, 5 or 2 levels, 10-foot radius burst. Again, that's going to be increased by levels. Spontaneous release of burst of Bard, Astral No. Creature caught in the burst take 3d.6 points damage, 1%. Okay, no, they're going to take the 3d.6 damage. It is a saving throw.
Oh my god, I
though.
just noticed
It
it's a face
says,
in the middle.
Yeah, the saving throw means they take
It's a
half
face.
damage.
What is the save, though?
It just says those that save.
It's like
This
eyes,
is, I literally copied
teeth,
it word for word
mouth.
from the website.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's a reflex saving throw, just because they're trying to dodge out of the way.
Oh, actually, wait, no, it says reflex throws. Yeah, saving throw is reflex half,
Got it.
is what it says.
Okay.
I
They
don't know
are
why that
going
didn't
to
show up there.
go ahead and do it. That's the first one. I'm just going to roll them all as one. I did that first one. All right. And what is the DC for this?
The DC,
Kind of.
14.
Okay, so that's 1, 2,
3 of them are gonna
3,
dodge it.
Make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not. All right. So go ahead and roll 3d6 for me, please.
Okay, hold on, I spelled wrong.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you? All right. The ones who saved look pretty much like very annoyed and kind of hurt. The ones who didn't look pretty fucked up, including one Satorbik. You swung, right?
What happened?
You swung at the one in front of you, right?
Yes, this one.
That one drops dead. That one, you are about to swing again, and this huge, barbed, acid nettle plunges into its cheek, and as it looks to see what's happened, a flurry of these, like, nettles fly into its face and burn and melt away at the creature as it screams in agony as it falls and dies before you.
I'll just laugh.
Alright, that is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's
As
it.
you moved, attacked, mine.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. Jim, it's your turn.
No, it's Trevor's.
It's true, it's Trevor's turn. Trevor is going to go
Please attack
ahead
the one in front of you, Trevor.
and
Please attack the one in front of you.
take an opportunity attack to get here. Actually, no, he doesn't need to. He can just move down here and be right here. He doesn't take an opportunity attack. Instead, just going to attack this one right here as he prepares and nods at you, James, to give you advantage on your next attack.
Pog.
The creature's strength plus 8. Gonna miss. Runs over and swipes at the creature's chest, but dodges just out of the way. And that is Trevor's turn. James, it is your turn.
Melee. Here we go.
Alright, James, you rush over and taking the cue from Trevor, you run over and slash the back of this creature as it rallies out in agony, screaming in pain as you slash away. Not enough to kill it. Do you get one attack or two attacks?
I think I get 2.
Go ahead and roll again. 13's not going to make it. You swing over with a more powerful lunge, but the creature manages to turn and just narrowly dodge you as you're stuck in this trying to just get its head off clean and quickly. Alright, that is your... Are you doing anything else? You have a minor action if you want to take a potion or something.
I'm gonna take a potion, yeah.
Go ahead and roll your potion. Is it 2d8 or 3d8?
2d8.
Please roll me 3d8. Oh, sorry, 2d8. Sorry. All right, you heal 9 points of damage as this bitter, very vile-tasting potion goes down your tummy, and you feel sudden relief, as if, like, you know that feeling like you have like a hangnail and you get it out, and you're just like, oh, you
But then
feel
you
that.
have that like slight sting afterward.
You have that sting, but it's like, oh, okay, it's over kind of sting.
Yeah.
All right, that's your turn. Top of the round. Sadavark, what are you doing?
Okay, so my current thought process is this. I know this one's behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I have 41 hit points at this very moment, and I understand if I run past these two to get to my dad, these 3, excuse me, I'll probably provoke opportunity attack. Correct?
Yes, from the one that you're standing right next to, you will not, because it already took its reflex. It already took its reaction, excuse me. But those 3 will all get opportunity attacks on you.
Because I feel like if I don't do something now, something's gonna happen.
More than likely.
Quick question: where's Ragnar's flintlock? You said he dropped.
At his feet.
All right.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna make a luck roll. On a 11 to 20, it dropped right around where Sadavark is standing. On a 1 to 10, it dropped right next to his feet where he's standing next to the Mind Flayer, okay?
All right.
Dropped right next to him where he's standing at the Mind Flayer.
Damn it, Ragnar! You couldn't think ahead.
No, he was.
Ragnar
running
says
in-
it's the effect of...
That's highly fucking disturbing. All right.
Can't hear him.
I,
Yeah, it was probably something awesome and witty.
Can you kick that flintlock over here? Hey!
I'll go ahead and just... I'm going to make a dexterity roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
All right. He has a high dex. That is going to be a 13. I'm going to roll for the 3 creatures right here. If they beat a 13 on their reflex throws, they will catch it. Okay?
Great.
One of them just scrambles to grab it, but slips past his fingers. The other one picks it up and cocks the hammer back, more or less.
Which one is that?
We're
Can we do a knowledge score to see if he actually knows how to work that thing?
Yeah, go ahead and get a perception roll. Why not? Satterberg, you don't know. Gisbrin, you know. Jim, you don't know. Florens and Kill, you don't know. Gisbrin, yeah, it knows how to use this.
Get down.
Now's not the fucking time to worry about this goddamn shit, man.
Damn, I
It's
thought
really
the
not
skeleton
time.
would pull a comedy and look down the barrel and pull the trigger.
Yeah.
What does this do?
Okay, so my question is, if I approach this one, does it have an opportunity to attack me?
So, here's how it works. If you enter a creature's range of attack, you do not entering it does not provoke. Leaving it does. The
Alright,
one
so-
you were right next to, the one you and Florence were facing, it already took its reflexive action, so it will not get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay, so I'm moving to this fucker right here.
Wait, is that the one that caught the flintlock?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm using both of my attacks, and if I kill it, will I be able to pick up the flintlock?
I will say yes.
Okay.
All right. The first one slashes through and does a very decent amount of damage. The second one doesn't quite hit. I will say, with your attack, as the creature is damaged, I will give you a minor action to grab the pistol as it's rearing in pain.
Okay. So
I need
what
you
roll?
to make me a straight strength roll just to rip away from this creature's hands.
Yeah.
That does it. You all see that Satorvik slashes across, cutting open a chunk of this creature's stomach, and as it reels in pain, Sadovark, with his sword, spins it around, and then proceeds to use his elbow to break the creature's nose. Go ahead and just roll me a 1d6, why don't you, really quick?
Okay.
Flat 1d6.
Flat 186.
Just flat 1d6. Busts the creature's nose, sending a chunk of it back into its head. And as the creature drops to the ground, about to die, Sadovar grabs the pistol. And with a 20, I'm going to say you can make a shot.
Okay. For.
You have one bullet. It's a flintlock,
It's
not a
flintlock,
pistol.
One bullet, but I don't have a weapon to do that.
You would just
Uh,
roll
for-
your ranged.
Yeah, you just roll a
Roll
range.
range?
You can use
Okay.
dexterity. What are you shooting at?
The mind flare.
Let's check its AC really quick.
These creatures thought they were back at it again, and Krispy Kreme Sadovar came in and showed them that it do go down.
Does hit. You will see Satorvik, pistol in hand, just having crushed this creature's stomach, just having crushed this creature's nose and sliced open its stomach. Aims, fires. Roll me damage, please. This would be a 1d8 plus dexterity modifier.
1d8 plus. I don't know what my dexterity modifier is.
1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Bang! You hit the mind flares, lets out a gasp. On your father's next turn, he will have a chance to break out of this grapple.
Mind flare here, like, rude.
But what's. Did you roll for his turn or no?
I'm going to say he acts on your turn.
Okay. So it's not this turn where that happens?
This will be right as soon as you end your turn.
Okay.
Right.
I think my minor was picking up the pistol you said, right?
That's your turn. You move,
that's
you
my turn,
attack.
yeah.
I gave you an extra attack, and you used your minor to grab that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's your father's turn.
Ren is a very generous DM.
He needs to beat. I'm going to tell you the flat AC. In order to beat a grapple, it needs to beat this thing's attack. So let's see if he does it. Your father, you see, grabs onto the tentacles and begins to pull and fight back against this creature. But the tentacles lock down and hold him in position. Your father is still trapped. Is that the end? That's the end of your turn? Your father doesn't have anything else he can do right now.
I mean, I've already used all of my possible things.
That's your turn.
I can do.
It is now the minions' turns. Now, these minions are going to try to get in your way. These ones are going to come after you, Aifwin. And this one is going to position itself right here. The creature that just went past the Torvik, it's actually going to end its turn here, so you don't get opportunity attacks on it, is going to shoot at Trevor. There's a 20 that's going to hit Trevor. And this creature is going to move down here. Actually, it's going to move down here, so let's get opportunity attacks. Which means Trevor does get an opportunity attack on it. Hits. Let me do some damage rolls really quick. Fuck. Alright. Mm-hmm.
Numbers.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Alright. And then the last two.
The last two are attacking me.
That's the Torvik.
Which ones attacked me, or did they just come up to me?
They came up to you and they're attacking you right now.
Okay.
Alright. I'm assuming a 13 isn't your armor class, right?
No, mine's 14.
Aiflin? Okay. These two creatures run up at you and start swiping at you, but you manage to just tiptoe back and avoid their swipes. Now, I'm going to narrate what happens next. A creature runs past as if to raise up its staff to cast a spell. As it runs past Trevor, Trevor grabs the creature and just rips its throat open, spewing blood everywhere above the sky. This creature that is currently fighting between Jim and Trevor stabs Trevor in the back, plunging its dagger through Trevor's leg as Trevor screams in pain. This creature right here, the one that I'm moving around, casts a spell and does a total of 18 points of fire damage to Trevor, as Trevor looks very severely injured. As Trevor looks at you, Aifwin, like it wants nothing more than to sacrifice itself to save you. Next, these two are going to swing over at Torvik. Does an 18 and a 16 hit you, Sadorok?
Wait a minute. Which one was the roll that you did to me? Because I thought you said that. Which one was the one you said was for me?
That is a 15 and 13 versus you.
15 and 13. My current AC is 16, so it doesn't hit.
11 plus 3, so it's actually going to be 18 and 16. So one of them will hit you.
Okay.
As that one does a total of 7 points of damage. As it swings, you aim your shield, and it smashes its pommel against your knuckles.
Ow.
Then, Giswin is still hidden, and that is going to end the minion's turn. Now we come up to the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer is a minor action to wrap its third and one of its last tentacles around your father's head, the Pirate King. With this, the creature is going to make an attack. This is going to be an attack versus your father's AC. If it breaks your father's AC, your father will die. I'm going to tell you all right now, Shadowbark's father has an AC of 16. If it does a 17 or above, Shadowbark's father dies. Okay?
Okay.
The creature wraps its tentacles around your father's head. And your father, in response, proceeds to take the moment to, as the beak begins to plunge into your father's head, leap down using the moment of weakness in the Mind Flayer's tentacles to attempt to push it into a lava pit that's behind it. It doesn't do that, but your father instead uses a disengage as one of his class features to move out of the way, having broken free from the Mind Flayer's grasp. Your father is no longer in danger of having his head eaten.
Poggers.
Good job.
And the Mind Flayer will instead use a minor action to raise up its hands and begin to make a ripping action as if he is about to do a spell. That's the Mind Flayer's turn. Now we're at Jizbrin. What are you doing, Jizbrin?
Let's see, because so Trevor's getting Trevor's what was the one that like did the most damage to Trevor? Was it the one that's
The one that
this
I'm
one?
I'm looking at.
Okay, because
I can take care of the one in front of me. I would say try to stop the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
Or at least interrupt him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use my short bow again to see if it'll interrupt his spell.
It is a concentration spell, so if you do it damage, it will break it.
Yeah. And that's shouldn't be a hard hit though.
I will say when you roll, just roll. We'll see what happens. Don't worry about it.
That's to give me confidence.
That
But okay.
the beast might be in the way technically.
I mean, isn't he on a higher elevation?
I mean,
It's all pretty much the same flooring.
Alright.
We'll just see what happens.
That'll do it. With a 22, you pull
God
your
damn,
bow and
Kiwi.
arrow back. You pull
Kiwi,
it as
the
tight
gamer.
as you can, and you take a second. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Thump! Your arrow flies to the sky, pierces through this creature's throat, killing it. Then plunges its way into the Mind Flayer's left arm as it screams in pain and begins to try to rip the arrow out. Make me another stealth throw, please.
Because it's still
Mind Flayer doesn't see you. You're still good.
Shit, that fucking wind, man.
it's a
That goddamn wind, goddamn it!
and then another
All right.
damage of
Oh, I forgot to roll one thing for the Mind Flayer. Okay, gets that back. All right, so
Wait. Kibi gets more damage because of stealth.
yeah.
it does. I was rolling to see if the Mind Flayer got an ability back.
Okay.
That's all.
Oh, I did that wrong.
All right, you do a total of 18 points of damage. This Mind Flayer looks pretty fucked up right now. It looks like it's taken a beating. It's not on its last legs, but it's not doing well.
And
You have a minor or a move.
so
Wait, your minor was to re-enter stealth. You have a movement.
yeah, I have a movement. I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna move over here a little bit. But I'll eventually put it where, basically right here, so it gives me a little bit of elevation. At least according to what I'm seeing on the map. And that'll be it.
All right. That is going to be Florence. What are you doing?
Mind Flayer might have a surprise soon.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later, huh?
Trap. Dispel. Just kinda, like,
Okay.
do a straight line across, like.
Praise the
All right.
sun.
This is a ranged ability. I remind you that the creature in front of you will get an opportunity attack. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Let's make its first attack. As you take... That's going to hit your AC. You take 5 points of damage as this creature sees you about to cast a spell, raises its claws in the air, and scratches down, leaving several marks of claw marks down from face down to like the upper part of your chest.
It's got a sick ass scar. Then if I survive.
I will leave that to you if it scars or not. All right, and now you're gonna cast your spell. Say Fortitude of 14. You chart fades 15. All right. So straight line, it's 100 feet. So that means each target that failed saving throw. What is your spell level?
I mean, my ability mod is 2, but I mean, concentration's 3.
Okay. That means you can target any of these 3 creatures in this 100-meter range.
So, everyone except Mind Flayer, or is it just those? Or is he part of that 3?
Anyone, you can basically target anyone. Your spell goes as far as this map, pretty much.
So I'll at least hit the Mind Flayer,
Okay, so that's 1.
and I think what it's like, I can hit anyone who's at least 30 feet from them as well.
Yep. So that means pretty much any of these baddies.
I want to hit all, and just let's see what happens.
So it's all of them but the one right in front of you, right?
Yeah,
You can
well,
only
yeah.
target 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna target at least the
Would that
Mind
hit
Flayer.
Ragnar?
Yeah, well, I can only target 3 of them, so I'm gonna target the one
okay.
that's in front of you, the one nearest to you, so you can get to Ragnar.
Okay.
It's a 1, 2.
And that's one.
All right, so these 3. Got it. All right. They're going to make their fortitude saving throws.
I got a
Mind
message
Flayer
Ren, but I don't
has a
want to do it on the
fortitude
PC
saving
to
throw
fuck up the
plus 3.
Discord thing.
Mind Flayer makes it. And the other 2 only have a modifier of +1. They both fail. Or actually, 1 fails. All right. Creature is now blinded.
Which one is?
Let me pull it up. The one directly in front of you, Satorvik.
Blinded and will be dazzled starting at the beginning of
right
his first
here?
turn.
Yeah, the one directly in front of you, Satorvik.
Okay.
It is blinded and are dazzled in successive rounds. Yes.
So
Alright.
I still have a movement, right?
Yes,
Or
you
is it
do.
So if I move, will this? Since this they already attacked me, I can. I'll
Already
take an
attacked, so it
attack, yeah.
cannot get a reaction. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move there.
All right. You stop up behind Jim and open up your spell book to see what you can do next. You have a minor, I'll remind you.
You hide behind tower of men, little lady.
Do you want to meet your protector early, little lady?
Oh, yes, yeah.
I mean, let's see.
I am friend. I murder non-friends.
In Shipwreck Isle we protect friend.
This is not friend. Decapitate.
So I can use them,
Excuse me a moment. Swing
What's
sword.
your HP at, Jim?
HP is at 37 out of 59.
So can I do a heal check as a minor?
As a minor, I would say it's normally a standard
Okay,
because you're
I'll-
taking time to like patch up wounds and stuff.
So can I so then I can try yelling at that stupid minion I walked away from again.
You
Yes.
could also chug a health potion.
I don't have a health potion on me, so.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do the.
Let's say you
intimidation.
can intimidate. That'll do it. This creature's pretty scared of you, and on its next attacks, it is going to have disadvantage.
Zeri, if anything, I can hand you one of my potions.
Yeah, that's good.
On your turn, you can do that.
Yes, I figured that.
Alright. In that case, Aethlin, what you got?
I'm gonna click on something to see how it reads on the thing, so ignore it for a second. So since this says concentration,
Mm-hmm.
is that concentration specifically to use it again, or is it for the plus 1d6? Because
Plus 1d6, specifically.
okay, how many of them are still marked from that? This guy, this one,
4.
and this 4 of them.
4 of them. If you do another spell, the concentration ends.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm aware. I just didn't know how you wanted to do that because
Yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah. I am going to pull out my Arakirai Fang and stab this guy.
So you see the concentration end as the nettles vanish. You pull out your fang, you pull up your weapon, and you swipe down. You proceed to make a perfect surgical line incision from throat just down to the start of the pelvis. You kill this creature, and you know what that means.
I know what that means. It's my
You-
dinner.
You see Aethwin cut this creature open, immediately, with super speed, sheaths this weapon, and proceeds to rip out this creature's organs and insides, chewing down, spewing blood and insides everywhere.
Just
Chewing away.
Kalima.
As that's the end of your turn then, because you are eating dinner now.
Yum.
Sure,
So I am big confusion. Did Zeri end up doing the heal check or no?
I did not.
No, because it's a standard action.
Okay.
You kill this creature, and you have Din Din. All
I'm
right.
scared.
That's the end of your turn.
Trevor's
Jim, it's
turn.
your
Trevor's turn.
Excuse me, I apologize. Trevor turns around, Jim, looks at you. Do you give him the nod?
Yes.
You see
Anything for you, Trevor.
Trevor responds with. Trevor leaps up, and both of those are going to hit. You see Trevor jump up, and as this creature is about to turn around to hit you, Trevor grabs top of jaw, bottom of jaw, rip, and you just see the jaw lay down and rip this creature open as Trevor just throws it as it smacks into the wall next to Jizbrin, just broken and bloody and dead.
Can I give him head pats?
Christ.
You may give him head pats as a free action.
Yes.
All you hear lightly from the shadows like, what the hell?
And then you hear the Mind Flayer go, "That wind is very talkative." Alright.
I
Alright.
sort of fucking got.
That is the end of Trevor is going to do. Trevor's going to move into protective position for Kale. As Trevor screams at the minions in the Mind Flayer to not touch its master. Alright,
Trevor, he's health.
Trevor needs health. Trevor, I will tell you, is under. Let's see. They did about 40 points of damage. Kel, do you remember how much hit points I said Trevor had?
No, it was like in the hundred. No, I don't remember.
It was like 80, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
They did about 20 before. They did about 45 now. They haven't used silver weapons. That's okay. I'm going to say Trevor's at around 15 hit points.
Okay.
So
around
Trevor's
the same
not-
as me.
Trevor's not doing good.
Okay.
At that point, Jim, your turn.
All right. I want to hand Zeri one of my potions.
All right, Zuri, on your turn, you can drink that.
All right.
And do not worry, friend, I shall return.
I shall return after my fuck up assholes. Alright. Jin, you pull out your greatsword. You're tired of this shit. You just want this over with and you want to get paid. You spin around your greatsword. You charge this creature.
That's the
and
vibe that
as it
everyone
walks
else
up
thinks.
to you, swing! You chop off a half of this creature's head as it hits the ground. Deceased.
As I turn over to Zuri, friend, would you like severed half of head?
Yes, please. I will keep it as trophy.
Jin, as a minor action, you toss over the severed half of the head to Florin. Does it spews blood all over Florin's and her coat?
I will make
that's
this turn this into helmet. It'll
Yeah,
be cool.
friendship!
Oh my God.
Yay, friendship!
Turn it into a, like,
As
Phantom of the
it
Opera-esque
speaks of-
mask.
As you all look, you see Aphyn look up,
Hi, Mince.
still covered in blood and innards, finishing up her meal with this look of, you gonna eat that?
With a slight belch.
Yum.
Just a slight, you gonna finish that? Alright, so, Jim, you use your standard, the minor was to throw the half the head, you use your movement. That's your turn.
Well, I
That
mean,
is-
I have one more attack. I could throw my sword at somebody.
Do you want to throw your sword at somebody?
No, I'm not gonna risk it.
Okay.
There is lava all around, by the way, so.
So if you roll 2 1s, I would absolutely say your sword goes in lava. Alright. Now, top of the round. Sadavark. You have these 2 creatures. What are you doing?
Well, one's blinded, right? So if I attack this one and manage to either kill it or get it out of my way, could I just run past this one and fucking ignore it?
Let me do some quick math.
Why not Spartan kick it into the void?
Yes, you could. If you kill that creature, you can absolutely run past.
Okay. And could I even kick the creature as what Jim said?
I would say you could use 1 attack to kill one next to you and another attack to kick it, yes.
So I'll say my attack 1 will be for this guy, my attack 2 will be for this guy.
Alright,
Depending on the outcome, I guess.
The one that you're kicking has disadvantage on its dexterity saving throw to catch itself.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's not good.
First one was great. Second one just.
So, which one gets the 25? I will let you decide.
This guy.
Alright. You swing up your sword as you slash across it, taking off a leg and using the rest of the momentum to swing the sword back down and immediately execute it, dropping it to the floor. You then proceed to kick at this monster, and it grabs your leg. You are now stuck in position as this creature is holding on to you. Now, you do have a move, but you can't move and you have a minor. What do you do?
I have that flintlock still, right?
You already used the round.
Can I throw it to my dad?
You may if you wish.
And that, based on how good I have I'm guessing, what would the throw be? Or what would the thing be?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
So if I throw for dexterity...
Then your
and
dad
I-
gets the dexterity to grab it as well.
Okay, so I'll throw it. And of course, if I miss, it probably will fall on the floor, or if it's really bad, it'll probably go in the lava, I'm assuming.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yes!
You go, Dad! And you throw this flintlock in the air, and your father goes, attaboy! Jumps up, grabs the flintlock, and you see the bracers on your father's arms light up, and you hear a sound from the flintlock. Your dad takes an action and proceeds to use a spell he had saved.
As you see a singular tear roll down Ragnar's face and you hear him whisper, "He called me Dad."
You see your dad hold back on the flintlock. this round of exploding, blinding light pierces the Mind Flayer straight in its chest as the Mind Flayer walks back, confused, agonized, in horrible pain, and its eyes flutter. And as it tries to stay conscious, your father walks over, puts his boot on the Mind Flayer's chest, pushes, it falls and disintegrates into the lava. Dead.
Go Ragnar. Best dad of the year.
My brain
You
is
see,
my brain
you
is on
still
fire
not
from how
done.
badass this is.
We're not done.
I don't even need to see Dennis's face cam to know he's pogging right now.
Yeah.
You see your father. The bracers grow. The bracers light dims as your father falls down unconscious. Your father is now unconscious, but not making death saving throws.
Okay, so the only one who's at all an issue is this guy, and well, yeah, literally just this guy.
Because you pretty much have the other guy immobilized, yes.
Yeah, he's blinded. Like, I can't fucking see. Oh, I feel he fucking leg, bitch. I got it. Ah.
The Mind
Things
Flayer
are
is
happening.
now dead. It's the minion's turn. Alright, now to go back up. Florence in your spell. Blind it for 1 round. Intelligent successive rounds. Alright, it's going to make a saving throw at the start of its turn.
Alright.
The one that's currently grappling you is going to make a saving throw. It needs to make a 14. It doesn't make it. It's still blinded. This one is going to run up behind you, Satorvik, and attempt to stab you. This creature swings down. Let me make one quick saving throw. Okay, it's going to do it. This creature attempts to stab you. You hear the flurry as this creature screams and plunges its dagger into its friend's chest, doing 4 points of damage as the creature roars. And as it has you grappled, a weird third hand breaks apart from the creature, grabs onto the creature that just stabbed it, and throws it behind him, tossing it into the lava, disintegrating it, killing his friend for stabbing him. The
Where the
creature
fuck did
that
that
is,
third hand come from?
it looks like a part of its spine that fragmented itself to make a weird bony hand.
Got boned.
That's disgusting.
Just
Missouri.
turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move.
God damn it, Zuri.
my
Boned.
feet, so
Boned.
there.
Boned.
I can't- I'm right about here. And I'm going to use my short bow. Depending on how it rolls, I'm going to add to that. Give me a second. Okay, because I'm doing that, I tied the bear trap to it.
All out, but you rolled a natural 20.
I was
You
about
see-
to say,
You see a flurry of motion moving across the ground, but you can't make it out. As you suddenly see, thunk, arrow flies through the sky, pierces into the creature, and as it's reeling like it still might have a little bit of life left into it, a bear trap flings up from the arrow and catches into the creature, stuck to its face as the creature wobbles. I'm going to make a dexterity saving throw. If it fails, the creature, your arrow, and the bear trap all go into lava. If it succeeds, it dies on the floor.
You better succeed, you piece of shit.
I was about to say, Kiwi, I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't use that bear trap this fight.
Done. The creature steps back. The creature steps back. The creature hits the ground, rolls, and stops a centimeter before hitting the lava.
Oh.
Bear trap is saved.
Yeah, 'cause we're retrieving that bear trap. The meme has to live on.
I'm surprised it's gone this
Is
far.
that a battle? I have a question.
Yes.
Has Kiwi been rolling that properly?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
He's rolling his damage, not his short bow.
I'm rolling my.
The damage is on the left side. The 25 is the actual attack.
Is it?
My understanding is that the 20.
I mean, they don't give me just a roll short bow. Yeah.
My
it's
understanding
roll
is
attack
the.
and damage roll is what it is.
I'm just gonna quickly roll a range thing. Hold on. Oh no, I guess. Never mind.
It
that
just
threw
shows
me
up
off.
differently.
Yeah, that just really confused me.
Yeah, it's because I'm rolling the.
I didn't think you would do with a short bow, which is 1d8. I don't think you do 25 damage with that.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
the same
Okay.
thing.
I was just curious because I was like, that's not how the rest of us have been doing that. I'm confused.
It's just different. So, end of combat. We are out of initiative. Your father lays on the ground, unconscious but otherwise seemingly unharmed. All of the creatures have been slain. And you all notice people who have had marks on their fingers, the stains. I'm gonna have you all just make me a flat, let's call it fortitude saving throw for everyone who has a mark.
Oh.
Jizbrin, Jim, Setavark, you three make it. It was a DC 14. The mark,
Made it by the skin of my teeth.
It is up to you if the mark remains just as like basically a finger tattoo. But the spell vanishes.
I say
are
we
no
keep
longer
it so we
under
have
the
some
of
sort
death.
of bond.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
keeping the
I'm
keeping
keeping
the
it.
mark.
That's a brotherhood now.
But I also
Hell
have
yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 on that. So.
Holy
Oh,
fuck,
Lord.
dude. What a fight.
So do we need to stabilize Ragnar, or is he okay?
Ragnar is not making death saving throws.
I am also gonna rush on over.
I
I'm gonna go pick up
You
my
check-
I
shit
do
crap.
cure serious wounds on him.
Yeah, go ahead. You check
Immediately
his
goes for the
pulse.
trap.
He has a pulse. He's conscious. Make me a 3d8 plus 3, please.
Who?
Zerd.
If we can't get him conscious, Satorvik, you and I are probably gonna have to carry him out of here.
Also
I'm fine with that.
roll a heal roll for him.
Trevor
Yeah,
could help.
mm.
If that.
Just put on Trevor's back.
Trevor's not in the best state right now.
No. I'm definitely gonna heal Trevor as well. We're leaving Trevor alone right now. Does that help, or should I also just roll a heal just to kind of help?
The cure serious wounds helps. You can roll a heal if you want to.
Probably didn't.
You don't really have. It seems like Zuri's. It seems like Florin's got this. You don't really see anything you can help with. All right. Florin, you cast this. You lay your hands down. You conjure up, and you imagine him in a more healthy, lively state. And then your hands pop, and you're using like a hand-based defibrillator. His eyes up and goes, ah! As he reaches and pulls out another flintlock pistol like he's going to shoot one of you in the face. And you all go, whoa, 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 whoa. And he goes, ah, we won as normal. And then he looks around. He places a very firm hand onto Satorvik and goes, I knew I could count on my boy.
Are you alright, Dad?
I am fine, but my ass hurts from taking that fall. Please help me up.
Alright, I help him up.
You help him up. He looks fine as he wipes away blood and he pulls out a rag to wipe up all of the mind flayer like saliva and spit. He has a little bit of like a beak mark on his head, but it's more like if you ever like hit your head, there's kind of a little bit of a mark. No damage, kind of a mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that.
Just like it didn't.
It's just like a little bit. And your father goes, all right, fuck this place. Let's get out of here, as he spits at the lava where the mind flare landed.
I'm gonna do the same.
All right. You all depart. Any of the Go ahead.
I just, because I'm scared of it, I'm gonna quickly cast Cure Light Wounds on me and Trevor.
Okay. Go ahead and make me. That is going to be 1d8 plus, I believe, 3.
Okay. And I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna do it twice because I have two, so one for me, one for him.
Gotcha.
So So this one will be for me.
Heal 11.
And that's for Trevor.
All right. Trevor, I believe now is at 20 hit points. We said 15. If you could go ahead and just keep a marker on your own for Trevor's hit points, because he is your companion, I'd appreciate that.
So you said he's at what now?
So he has, let's go ahead and just say 80 hit points flat. He's at 20 right now. All right. Oh, when you hear Jim go, "Hey, Florence, you can keep that healing potion."
I didn't want to interrupt anything, so I typed it.
Winky face.
No winky face, just a smile.
Hey, Flynn, would you like the
I ain't
reference? Stuff that's in the skull.
I ain't trying to go to HR.
I need...
Wait, we have an HR.
We have a base now. We have HR.
You all march out of here.
If we have
And-
an HR, trap.
You all wander out of here, and you all make your way back over to the tavern, one of the many here. You walk through, you see the house of many favors, you see all these people who step aside for their king, and you go, "That's right, step away from your king and his prince," as he puts a hand around Sadovark and cheers Sadovark's name. You all head to the tavern as various meats, vegetables, fine whiskeys, fine bourbons, fine wines are all brought out before you free of cost, as the king never pays. And at this point, here is where we're going to conclude this part of it. We're not ending tonight, but here's where we conclude this little part of it, okay? At this point, you all see, as the tale spreads, that you were all responsible in the king being saved. You all see as many fine-looking ladies and men approach you all and offer to share an evening with you. For all of you. Specifically, Sadovark, a horde of people come over to you and go, "I hear you're the prince." Oh. And these clerics come over and more or less say, "You know, I think my God would not mind if I took the evening to worship you instead."
We don't have butter at this table.
Now, you all have the chance to go and have a very lovely evening with these compatriots. I'm going to ask, it is now evening time. How many of you are just going straight to bed after you party for many hours?
I want to rest. So me
yeah,
and Trevor are gonna go to bed.
I'm going to bed alone.
Alright, who takes a compatriot with them to spend an evening enjoying each other?
I am
I'll roll
going.
that risk.
If there's a dark
Alone.
elf, I take him.
I'll roll the risk. I want to.
I'd say
who's
halfway through the
peaceable?
party, I kind of slip out and go for a night walk alone.
Okay. In that case, here's how we're going to do this. So, just the people who brought someone to go have sex with them. Who is taking someone like that? Doesn't sound like just Bryn. I know you're taking a fine Drauven woman takes you to her bed. Everyone else, it sounds like everyone else is going solo, minus Aequin, who goes to sleep with Trevor. Trevor.
Not in that sense, but
You know what I mean. Calm down.
I
Trevor is your big spoon. That's
he's
it.
my bear. Cuddle with the bears.
Yeah, I was saying teddy bear. He's a teddy bear.
Actually, let me just quickly make a roll really quick.
Oh god.
Your bed holds up. It does not break under the weight of like a 600-pound bear.
Cool.
Who's that?
What was that? Are they fucking? No, I'm just cuddling with my bear.
Just a
Oh,
bear
okay.
from the
Oh,
bed.
you don't need to hear about those details. No, like a literal bear. Oh.
Did you not notice it when it walked through the tavern?
No, we see it all the time. So you have that little discussion. We get tons of rangers here. You have the conversation. Here's what's going to happen. Everyone else, you go to sleep. You enjoy an evening, resting peacefully, thoughtfully. You get your full hours of rest. Jin, a fine many people come to approach you, some of which hear about your adventures as you turn them down, I'm imagining. Others are people who are working in the evenings. I'm assuming you turn them down. You walk throughout the city. This is just Jim, because everyone else said they're going to bed. Jim, you arrive right outside as right around. You arrive on the port of Shipwreck, and you suddenly get this like ding in your head, this little ping, and you see in one of these worn down warehouses. Specifically, we're gonna say this one right here in kind of like a storage room in this area. You get this sudden draw, like this sudden just pull. Do you follow it?
I want to be cautious and pull out my greatsword as I slowly approach it.
You approach it. You come over to this doorway that looks like it's locked. But as you get closer, you feel more and more of like this arcane force pulling you towards. You're not forced to move, but you feel as if something's calling to you.
Can I roll either an Arcana check or a Perception check?
This would be Arcana specifically. Actually, no, you can do both. You can do both. Arcana, no clue. Perception, you find kind of a window, you rub it off with one of your gloves, and you see the hilt of a blade that is glowing slightly as you look at it.
Something in my gut's telling me not to go in there.
What do you do?
I'm just gonna walk away. I've had enough with combat for the day.
You walk away. And as you walk away, you feel this arcanic force as if trying to beg you to come back. But as you walk away from this port, it vanishes. Gone. Like pulling the plug out on your headphones, just immediately gone.
Alright.
You continue around in the city, and you find the one of these port houses has basically a library sort of section. Do you approach it?
Sure.
You go inside, free library, everyone can come here, and you are basically allowed to walk around. At first they're about to ask you for a card, they recognize you, and their heads immediately go down. And you get to look through, and you have these books of history on Shipwreck Isle, monster manuals, so to speak. What do you want to do?
Monster manual isn't like, it's just a giant manual, or it's literally a monster manual?
A giant manual.
I want to read through the history, just like the full, uncut, unfiltered history of Shipwreck Isle.
Shipwreck Isle, I'll give you the full details. You don't have to make a show. You don't have to make a roll for it. Basically, Shipwreck Isle started as this very, very, very tiny island. And eventually, a bunch of pirates who were tired of sailing around, eating like shit, barely surviving, being chased by the law, being chased by other pirates who wanted to take everything they owned, said, fuck it. And they banded together to take all of these collapsed ships, rope them up, and start building the foundation of an island. Over time, more and more people had the same idea, came over here, and basically kept making this island bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Shipwreck Isle in particular is responsible for all of the maritime trade throughout all of Flowerfell. Basically, if Shipwreck Isle said no more shipments, there would be all boats would be docked. I don't think I have to explain how badly that would fuck over Flowerfeld. Having no ship, no trade, no maritime supports.
Yeah.
More or less, it would fuck you over bad. So, you read through, you read about the Civil War, where basically the old Pirate King was like, there will be no trading, there will be no nothing. If you want us to do this, you have to pay us like a huge amount of money, like 500,000 gold pieces a year, or else no boats leave Shipwreck Isle. People in Flowerfeld banded together, murdered that guy. The other Cat King was murdered, the other king was murdered, and the only person who's been able to hold this position without being murdered is Sadovark's dad.
Alrighty.
Alright. You go ahead and you read through this book. It has basically all the information that history you get. The only current royalty in Shipwreck Isle is Sadovark's dad. That's basically the only one who has managed to keep the peace and not lead to a whole swath of issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
As for everything else, that's basically all you find at the moment. Is there anything else you're looking for?
Trying to think. No, I'll just walk out and make my way back to the tavern.
Alright, you put the book away, you head on out, come back to the tavern, and you just go straight to bed?
Yeah, I'm gonna head straight to bed.
Alright. You go to bed. None of you have to pay for your rooms, it's just provided for here, as you are members of royal family or royal family friend. Pass out. Everyone gets a full hour of sleep, uninterrupted. You sleep the night away. One of you with company, everyone else by yourselves.
So maybe we have full heal?
Full heal, yes. Everyone heals to max. You all come downstairs eventually, kind of shaking off the sleeps. Everyone is offered water, tea, alcohol, spiked coffee, spiked in this case meaning like, alcoholic, or just straight up coffee. And your drinks are provided to you to wake up. And you see at this moment that Sadovark's father walks in when someone runs in behind him, whispering something into his ear, and Sadovark's father's face looks grim and serious as he turns around and begins to leave. What does everyone do?
I know that look, at least fairly well, because I've lived with this man before, so I'm going to stand up and follow.
Okay. You scarf down whatever breakfast you can, you follow your dad. What is everyone else doing?
As he's starting to follow, I kind of just want to get his attention and ask if he wants us to follow him as well.
I nod my head and continue moving forward.
Okay, I'll follow.
Alright. Does anyone else not follow?
I'll follow.
So far.
Okay.
I think I'll go too, but I'll stay kind of backed off. Generally, my presence isn't there.
Okay. Everyone, unless otherwise speaking, so I'm assuming, follow. You follow your father back out to the docks. And you follow him here, where he leads you. Well, he doesn't lead you, but you follow him over to this area right here. Looks like an old storage or office space maybe, where the window has been broken, the door has been kicked down, and there's a bunch of ransacked items. Jim, just you, please make me a perception roll. the sword that was here is missing. And that arcanic feeling you got is nowhere to be seen or be heard. And you all see that a guard here in Shipwreck Isle approaches and informs the king that there have been spottings of what are called warlock hunters. Anyone who wants to can give me a history roll if they'd be so kind.
I know fucking nothing.
Florence, you are the only one to make it. Sedavark, you have no clue. It sounds like they might be good guys. Like they might be trying to help out the area, clean up things. Basically, are like a heroes league. Maybe.
I mean, they are hunters, aren't they? Aren't they hunting animals?
Sure, that's an idea you can have. Florence, you are aware that warlock hunters are a pack of basically a pack of people who hunt down and either torture, enslave, or outright murder warlocks. They are exceptionally crafty, cruel, and evil. And you know, on an 18, I'll give you some rumors that there have been reports that they are stealing warlock souls to be weaponized. And you see that the king, Sedavark's father, looks around, looks at the guard, and basically asks, "Are there warlock hunters here?" And the guard, very sheepishly, nods. And the father takes a second to compose himself, turns around and goes, "My guiding light, my stars, my sun, my night, my air, love of my life. I want you to have something." He reaches into his long coat and pulls out basically this piece of parchment that's rolled up and wax sealed with the royal basically bearings of the Shipwreck Isle, and hands it to you, Sedavark.
I questioningly grab it.
Okay. He nods at you as if you can open it.
I open it.
Cut it open with a dagger. Pull it open. This is the basically ownership of one fully staffed and fully kitted out man-o-war. Your very own ship.
Yar.
I look up at my father and I say, "I'm assuming we're gonna need this, right?"
You need to get off of Shipwreck Isle immediately.
And you're staying?
Yes, I am the king. I have to stay.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I have to ask, is anyone in your party a warlock?
Not that I know of.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Used to be
Good.
a former thief, but no.
I'm sure no one here gives half an ass if you were a former thief. In fact, I'm assuming most people here are former thieves. I was a former thief.
I just look
No.
over at Gisbrin. Do you know where the fuck you are?
I mean, true,
Lad.
but at the same time, I'm thinking
I-
of people from Arkville, so.
I just want to be clear. By warlock, you specifically mean warlock, not magic user, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's good. For your safety, I need you to leave. This is a war that only Shipwreck Isle should be a part of.
But my blood runs for Shipwreck Isle. I was born here, and you know that I deserve to fight for it, even if I've been gone.
While that brings me nothing but joy in my heart to hear, you are not capable enough to take on a warlock hunter.
What makes them worse than a what did we just fight?
A mind flayer.
A mind flayer.
These warlock hunters, from what I heard, these rats are hunting down warlocks, stealing a part of them, and using them as armor. Any of you know what a warlock's X is?
Can we roll something to see if any of us know what it is?
Yeah, just roll me a knowledge, arcana, history, whatever you want. Keep it's very common knowledge. We'll say it's just a DC 10. Alright, everyone but Florence and Sedavark, you know what this is. A Warlock's Hex is basically a thing they can take where pretty much basically anything that creature does, they do an additional 1d6 damage on top of them. 1d6, 2d6, 3d6. Basically just on top, on top, on top. What he described is basically this creature, these Warlock Hunters have taken the souls of a Warlock and loaded it into a weapon that stacks that hex. So when they shoot you, or stab you, or whatever, they don't just do the 1d8, or the 1d10, or the 1d12. They do +6. And the way they have worked and manipulated and fucked with the laws of Warlock magic, they multiply it. So instead, it's like, let's say it's 1d6 for, let's say their weapon's a 1d8 and then a 1d6 for the hex, right? It goes 1d6, 2d6, 3d6, 4d6, 5d6, 6d6, 7d6, 8d6, and it just keeps going and going and going and going.
So if we stay, we're not living through this.
That's what I'm hearing.
What the king is telling you is that he fears for your life.
Well, I personally don't plan on staying for that.
I'm like,
I can't risk me or Trevor's lives like that.
That's very wise. Sadovark, he places a hand and then like the other part of his arm on your shoulders. I love you. Seeing you has brightened my day. Please do not put yourself in danger just for your old man.
I just look up at him and I say, don't let this be the last time I see you.
The only way this will be the last time that you see me is if they burn my entire land of Shipwreck Isle. No. Our land to the fucking island that it once stood on. I'm gonna make a quick check. He turns over to Jim and goes, You there. You look familiar. You from here, lad?
Yes, sir.
I will fight for our island.
You're goddamn right. And I have my utmost faith in you that you will defend this land with every fiber of your being, sir.
I will send out every fucking man-o-war armed to their teeth with cannons, and I will put these warlock hunting fucking pizza cutters, all edge, no fucking point, into the dirt and use their bones and flesh and remains as fertilizers in order to better harvest for our future. They will know the wrath of the Satorvik family, of our bloodline. Let us rain hellfire. Now, thank you for defending me. Take your ship, and with all due respect, he says, squeezing your arm, Satorvik, get the fuck off our island, he says with a smile.
I'm just gonna hug him.
He hugs you very strongly.
After the hug is done, I want to reach out my hand to give him a very hearty handshake.
Let me make a strength check really quick.
While
Does he
that's
break his
happening,
hand or
I want to
not?
put a friendly hand on Sadavark's arm.
He gives
Like
you
a
a very,
comforting thing.
yeah, and he gives you a very firm but not too firm handshake.
As we're shaking hands, I say, give him hell for me.
You're goddamn right, he says. You all see this huge fucking man of war. Could easily fit like 30, 60 people on it. Fully stocked, fully drafted and ready to go. And as you approach, they look at you, Sadavark, and they nod and say, "Welcome to your new home, Captain. Welcome to your new home, Captain." As they all step aside for you and your crew.
I walk on to the ship.
All right.
Captain, my captain.
Torvik, can we get you an eye patch?
Peg leg.
Maybe a parrot?
Required. Parrot, maybe.
You can get parrots at Arcpole.
A parrot flies off from the crow's nest and lands on your
Hey, memory of Darton.
Oh, are you talking
gonna-
about
I'm
the
gonna
place
turn to
that we transferred?
Jasmine and be like, hey,
There we go. We're back.
Are we still working for them? Or no?
We should probably check in on them. We hopefully that they're not.
Everyone give me a flat just knowledge roll.
There's not a flat knowledge, does it?
Do we just
Flat intelligence.
No, I'm back, Silver, don't worry.
Agree, I'm
Intelligence.
screwed.
There's an where's intelligence? Oh wait, no, ignore me. I don't have intelligence.
Good job, Jasmine.
I am not the brightest star.
I had to ask where my intelligence was, so
Oh, wait,
I'm
hold
clearly
up.
not the brightest.
On Jim.
So
Nope.
Just a
And
bit better.
Jim is just slightly brighter, but not too brighter.
Florence and Jizrin, you two have a rough